inside the nerve sensor of the Red Bull simulator. Now, this is much more than just a glorified game. What makes this so special is the fact that it operates on some electric actuators here, which pumps in all of the little inputs that would have been recorded from actual track data and puts that up through the seat of the pants when the driver's in the simulator. So he can feel the bumps that are actually out on track, and that's the key difference.
With the lack of testing now, we have to use tools like the simulator to give ourselves the edge on other teams. We use it for if we want to test out a new mechanical part or a new aerodynamical part, we'll model the components, and then we'll put them into our simulator, get a driver on board, get the feedback, get the data.
Obviously, one of the key inputs for that data is the steering wheel. It feeds back the information that's displayed. Since I retired, there's a few extra knobs and buttons on here. A very obvious one that we can all see here, curves. What I want to try and experience and explain to the audience is that driving Monaco is difficult enough. What we're going to do today is I'm going to drive Monaco for the first time using curves, and for me using the DRS, the drag reduction system. Let's get in there. Here we are, driving out onto the Monaco track. Oh, I've got goosebumps.
Should we go for a start then?
We're now going to set ourselves up for a race start.
Okay, can we try, we can start, we're doing 3 burnouts.
Goes out, hold the second one, and then release the second clutch, and then down to the first corner. Hey, I think that wasn't too bad.
Back to engine 6 and mix 6.
Oh, now that's where it gets difficult, because there I am, I've been given a call by the engineer to go back to engine 6, mix 6. Now, how do you do that? Well, avoiding hitting Armco barriers at 100 miles an hour. I've managed to do the engine as we go down to Mirabel. Oh, I've pulled the clutch in rather than the gear. Alright, and I've done my mixture as well. All of this while watching your mirrors, making sure that someone's not attacking me down the inside.
Use the curves, use the curves.
Don't forget our curves, of course. There I'm deploying curves. Oh, I've made the mistake of leaving it latched on.
Use the brake flyers if you're not in the front. Use the brake flyers.
Right, so here we are at Rascar. This will be where the DRS activation point is. Here we are, out through the last corner, and this will be the point now where he would then push the blue flat button. It's either to be latched so the driver can hold it. You'll gain that extra 12 kilometers an hour, and then have to remember to get off the button again before braking down to turn 1. This is very interesting to me. This is a track I know intimately. I've lived in Monaco since '95, raced this track every year since then, and the concentration that's required clearly is too much for me. I'm going to go and swim in the harbour. I've just gone fishing. Help, I can't swim.
Pit stops are part of motor racing history. Against the relentless stopwatch, time is critical, pressure is high. Mistakes are easily made. Force India have a team of 26 men awaiting their Formula 1 car. The Lollipop Man. 3 on the jacks. 2 team members for starter motor and pneumatic refill, plus firemen and emergency crew for the fuel rig Dead Man's Handle. 4 on the wheel guns. 4 men take the wheels off. 4 more put fresh tyres back on. 2 refuelers, plus 2 more for the backup fuel rig. Pit stop crews are well aware they can win or lose races.
When the car's coming towards me, hope he's going to stop on the mark.
It's quite simple, but it can go wrong. You have just a few seconds to react. Keep out of the way of the front wing and then get on with your job. You've got to concentrate solely on your corner. You're fully focused on your one job.
Second nature. We practice it so much, it has to be second nature.
The Lollipop Man, silly name, serious job. He guides the driver to his garage, advises when to select first gear, and then he must release the car at exactly the right point, unlike the Ferrari Schumacher pit stop. The fuel men need to be like rugby players. The fuel-laden hoses are very heavy. They must attach the nozzle accurately, then push through the valve. It's high-quality road car petrol, including 5% biofuel, flowing at 12 litres per second. That's a lot of fuel, and if it goes wrong, it goes horribly wrong. Hot racing cars and fresh fuel shouldn't mix. A fireman stands by. The front jackman sometimes risks his legs to stop the car, and using a manual jack against the front wing, He lifts in unison with the rear jack man. They have blind faith that the driver will stop, occasionally misplaced. A third side jack is used to stabilise the car, or if they need to change the front wing when it's damaged. To change the nose and wing section, the crew move around. 2 men leave front wheel duties and become the wingmen, taking just 12 seconds and using 2 captive bolts. The gunmen are waiting on one knee with compressed air gun and brake cooling spinner ready. They need the driver to stop on his mark, so the wheel nut is directly in front of them, and the frantic work begins. Sometimes the wheel nut won't go on, and sometimes the wheels won't stay on. 4 men are ready to take the very hot wheels off. 4 more men put the fresh wheels and tyres on. It gets terribly disappointing when only 3 turn up. A great pit stop is a perfect display of human and mechanical harmony, where every second is precious and the driver's safety is at stake.
Pochi secondi di Fernando Alonso.
Quindi c'è da lasciarlo passare, veramente siete dei geni, mamma mia ragazzi.
The lights, the road. Will it take me to the end? Well, I don't know. For one last time.
Ci sono uomini che corrono a tutta velocità, ma restano fermi nella nostra memoria.
Just drive. I wanna be